So our final primary question focuses on leadership, accountability, and communication with the community. We'll start this question with Mr. Buck. How will you measure success as a council member, and how will you communicate progress and accountability back to residents and businesses?
Yeah, great question. Thank you for that. So one way, and I'm sure that some of y'all have seen Facebook pages and people ask for information, ask for help. And that's one thing that I've always done. It's not just what I do on Monday nights, it's what I do 7 days a week. I'm always getting phone calls, messages, texts. Hey, can you look into this? Or I've got an issue with this. And I'm always one of the first ones to jump in and lend a helping hand. You can ask my wife, she'll tell you that my phone's always going off. But another way to measure is to see what we've done. I was recently on Woodlawn Avenue where a woman's basement was flooding. And I looked into this, and all of a sudden, now the stormwater runoff is being fixed and her basement didn't flood anymore. So that's being held accountable. That's working for the citizens. Now we'll continue to do that. I need your vote, Gina.
Thank you. Mr. Shellhorse?
Yes, so accountability, one technical thing that we can do is add a dashboard like much of what we see in corporate America. So a dashboard would have budget information, it would have goals to be set by citizen task forces. So take any given area like Parks and Rec, establish goals and then establish what you call key KPIs, key performance indicators, and quarterly report on those. See what the task force recommended, how far are we getting. Also very important information about coming votes and budget. So just an online living dashboard on the website, I think would be there's plenty of cities who do it and we could, wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel there. I also said in our last public forum that I would be willing to invest resources in a public affairs office at the city of North Augusta to bring information to the people so that people aren't always digging for it. Now, I'll add a caveat that I don't want to hire you necessarily because I don't want to raise taxes, but I can imagine training an existing employee to become a community affairs officer, and that way we can proactively deliver this information. And yeah, I think those simple steps could help citizens feel a lot more informed and a little less blindsided by developments that we're all seeing today. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. McCauley?
Success as a council member can be hard to define. There's always going to be agreement and disagreement with any of the decisions that we're making up there. For me, I took the advice of a former council member, Bob Brooks, and as long as I can lay my head down at night and trust that I made the best decision based off of information, community involvement, and my heart, that was success to me. That's kind of how I would define success as a council member. As far as accountability back to residents, I'm always trying to make myself available, whether it's through community events, business involvement, or just direct conversations. I will continue to do that. I do believe that we can do a little bit better on our social media presence and getting information out to citizens, so that would be a priority to me as well. And I think we could use a little bit better website for our city as well, that's a little more user-friendly.
Thank you. Mr. Chancey?
Well, I would measure success as a council person, as a councilman, as when I go to bed at night, did I do everything that I can for the city? Did I make the best decision that I can in order to make improvements for the city? Did I go to bed tonight knowing that citizens of North Augusta are safe? I would measure that also as better communication, better transparency, sending out information on an earlier basis. Dashboard, yes. Let's have a dashboard, on the website. Let's have information as far as major projects that are going on and the steps that we have or taken or going to take, and the questions, that people can ask on there. Let's have a message board on there where the people in North Augusta can submit questions. What's going on, or they have an issue going on. And there's a person at the council meeting on Monday night asking about the water bill again. Why don't we have that information? Because every time I call the city, I don't get anybody. I get an answer machine. That's what I get. Why don't we have that information? Just like David said, a communication officer. Let's have somebody that can answer those questions. Let's have somebody that can actually look into that and then get back instead of having them go back to the council meeting and ask in front of 100 people and the mayor and the council, about their water bill or about anything that they're having an issue with, because they cannot get through. And that's what I would measure success as a councilman.
Thank you. Ms. Waldrop?
I would measure it by how few citizens are angry. with our city government, number one. Number two, I would, like to see a reformatted budget that anybody can read to see where our money's coming in and where it's going out. I like the ideas of dashboards. That's what we do as project managers. We build those out. We see where we are with the KPIs that David mentioned. But I would say very simply, less FOIA requirements. When you want to know what our city charter, where is it? What is it? If you ask for a simple budget number, why do we have to pay somebody that we're already paying our tax money for their salaries to look up something for us when we can't find it because it's not accessible to the normal citizen already? Those are things. I would say, herd citizens, and Caleb, mentioned the guy that showed up Monday night. I want to tell you about a guy that showed up at the last meeting that was there 2 Monday nights and had to come to a second meeting because he couldn't speak during the study session. So this is happening over and over and over. We really need to look at our organization. That's what my master's degree is in, organizational performance. I think our city management